Eckermann was anxious about how Goethe might respond, but just waiting passively for a reply was not in his nature. Eckermann decided that he needed to go to Weimar. But because he was poor, he couldn't take any other form of transportation. He needed to walk. He walked for 2 weeks until he arrived here in Weimar. He sent a card to Goethe to announce his presence, and he knew that he was set for life. It was here that he would spend the rest of his life, and it was here that he wrote down his conversations with Goethe many years later. He entered a large, sprawling house, one room giving way to the other, almost labyrinthine by design. There was a room for receiving guests, a drawing room, a dining room, a room for conversation. There was Goethe's study and an adjacent library and a music room. There was a room for Goethe's collection of statues and busts, a room for his collection of coins, a room for his minerals. This was a house inhabited by someone whose interests were as numerous and far-flung as his rooms. A servant took Eckermann up the stairs, through some of these rooms, and left him in the presence of the master. Goethe was all dressed up, wearing proper shoes rather than carpet slippers, and graciously invited Eckermann in. He had been spending all morning with Eckermann's excellent manuscript, he said, and would send it to his publisher immediately. Eckermann could expect a handsome advance. He hoped that Eckermann would stay in Weimar for a while. Why was Goethe so welcoming? Eckermann had sent not only the manuscript, but also a letter praising his own talents as a secretary. Eckermann was looking for a master, and the aging Goethe, it turned out, was looking for an all-purpose assistant. And so Eckermann stayed in Weimar and became a frequent visitor to Goethe's house. In the 9 years until Goethe's death, he came over 1,000 times, helping Goethe with the publication of his work, making selections, researching topics, all free of charge. He made ends meet barely with little tutoring jobs and small advances on his own writing. Goethe guarded his young assistant jealously. When a job offer came Eckermann's way, he would strongly counsel against it. Of Eckermann's marriage, he wanted to hear even less. And Eckermann was making too little money for such a venture anyway. His fiancée wrote increasingly desperate letters, urging Eckermann to ask Goethe for a proper salary. But Eckermann did no such thing. He was happy to be making the acquaintance of distinguished writers and intellectuals in Goethe's circle. Above all, he was happy to be in the presence of his master.